CSED tolling events. Suspension of the limitations period. The 10-year CSED can end up lasting much more than the 10 years because it can be suspended for more than one time. The time period in which the statute of limitations is suspended is not counted toward the 10-year deadline. Whenever the IRS is not able to do a collection, the CSED will be suspended for the period of time that the IRS is legally barred from taking any collections actions against you, usually plus a little bit of extra time. This means that the statute of limitations period is suspended if you file bankruptcy. The bankruptcy court issues an automatic stay, preventing the IRS from taking any actions against the client. The suspension lasts for a period of the bankruptcy plus 6 months. So if you're in bankruptcy for 400 days, they're going to add an extra 180 days to that. So I've seen people in bankruptcy for 10 years, chapter 11 or something, and it will be, they come out of bankruptcy and they still owe money. The period is also suspended while the IRS is considering your request for an installment agreement. So if I submit an installment agreement request, the IRS is going to consider that. It could take them 30 days to consider an installment agreement. So if they say no to that installment agreement, it would be the 30 days that they were considering it, and the 30 days after that they say no because you have the right to appeal their no. Offer and compromise will suspend it. And you could also sign a document, don't remember the form number right now, voluntarily extending that period of limitations. In the olden days, the IRS had a way of helping you want to sign that extension. The form they would get you to sign, it's like, well, you have a choice between signing this form and doing an installment agreement, or not signing this and we start seizing all your assets. So it was a great way to get people to want to sign these things to get extra time to the IRS to do some collections. Nowadays, we have those things called part pay installment agreements, which are very handy. The IRS should not be asking very many people to extend those CSEDs. So they do it very seldom right now. So you can enter, like I said, enter into a part pay installment agreement with the IRS. They're not very allowed to ask you to voluntarily ask for more than 6 years. If your limitation is near the end, you still owe the IRS substantial money. IRS personnel may offer you an installment agreement with an attractive term in order to get you to agree to extend it. You still might be better off refusing to extend the CSED and have the IRS do what they want to do. When that CSED's getting there, you want to be very careful of what you do with the IRS. You don't want to extend those CSEDs accidentally. And here's some common tolling extenders. Bankruptcy, the date of the petition plus 6 months. Pending installment agreement, the date that they're considering it, plus 30 days. Something to be aware of, and I've seen it on a lot of transcripts. Oops. You might see a pending installment agreement and then an ending saying that your installment agreement was terminated, meaning that they never put in that your installment agreement was accepted. So this is going to cause you to fight with the IRS, asking them, you know, this should not be tolling because it was accepted in 2 days. There's nothing on those transcripts saying that it was ever going. If the IRS terminates your installment agreement, they're going to send you a letter saying you have 30 days to appeal, during which they cannot take any enforcement action. So that 30 days will be there. CDP hearings, this is the ones that still gets out of under my skin. Military related service in a combat zone. So if you're overseas serving, that will suspend your CSED. So if you're over there getting shot at, write your congressman on my behalf, if you will. The length of service plus another 180 days. In offer and compromise, the amount of time that the offer is being considered, plus 30 days if they say no, because they're not allowed to take any actions while it's going. You have the rights to appeals. Offer and compromise rejection, well, same thing actually. Example here, taxpayer files his 2014 return timely, showing a tax liability of 10 grand. Taxpayer files Chapter 7, bankruptcy, for 2 months. This will suspend the CSED by 62 days plus 6 months. So that would take the CSED out till the end of 2025. 14% of all CSEDs are incorrect. I'm going to show you some reports we have inside of the software, but 14% of the CSEDs being incorrect is really great because back in 2013, it's 21% of the CSEDs that were incorrect. Something to congratulate the IRS on. They're now only wrong 12% of the time instead of 21% of the time, collecting from your clients after they should not be collecting.